Hi, so I'm going to introduce you to the communication log. This is an alternative to documenting on paper that you've communicated with parents regarding students. And this log is designed to try to make it a little bit easier, quicker, more efficient for you to log in that information so that at the end of the year, when you go to your end of the year conferences, you can show your administrators, look, I've been talking with the parents. I've reached out to every single parent for my students, and the documentation is well laid out. So let me show you what we have first. If we look at this particular spreadsheet, you're going to notice that there are a couple of sheets here at the bottom. You have log, you have tally, and tally basically counts all the different interactions. This particular form is going to capture compliments, academic concerns, behavioral concerns. You're going to have a report tab, so you can pull up individual students. In this case, I already have it preloaded with 5 fictitious students, so you can actually see that as an example. And then students, this is where you're going to pull the data from Aspen and you're going to input it in here. So you would put in your student names, the address, phone number, Guardian 1, Guardian 2, Guardian 1 email, Guardian 1 phone. You can see all that address, Guardian 2, same contact information. And then, of course, over here at teachers. So if you're on a team of teachers, you could actually list out the names of all the teachers that are on here if you wish to use one major communication form. So to show, hey, look, we're reaching out to our parents as a team. We're making sure that we're covering all bases. So that's that. The calculator, this should really be hidden. I'll probably hide this for you guys um, before deployment. So the first thing that you want to do, what you're going to notice is that there's a new menu that pops up here. It says communication log. You're going to click on this. You're going to notice setup. There are directions here. If you want to read those directions, that's fine. It's going to ask you for authorization. And the first time that you run any of the scripts, you're going to have to say it's okay. You're going to click on who you are and basically that you're going to be running the script. It gives you all the basic warnings and you're going to say, yeah, that's fine, allow it. Now, you're also going to notice that it comes up with this major warning next if my Wi-Fi works. Ah, I didn't ask. Well, that's good. So the directions are going to pop up over here on the side. You can actually read those if you wish, but it's going to talk a little bit about the steps and the procedure. One of the first things that you're going to want to do is you're going to go over here to communication log, and it tells you over on the right hand side, you're going to want to get the document ID. All you have to do is click on that. It's going to finish running the script. And then if you've updated the student range, then you're going to click on this. And you'll notice it's fairly quick. And then if you've updated the teacher range and who the teachers are to appear in the forms, you're going to click on this, teacher range. And then last but not least, reasons. Um, Basically, I kept the reasons as the ones I showed you before. It's either going to be academic or it's going to be behavioral or it's going to be a complement. So I click that. Done. Okay. So now the nitty gritty. So again, right here are the directions. It just runs through all that. If you want to close it, that's fine. Communication. Communication log, I can enter in a log here. Since I've already inputted all my students, I can now select those students from this dropdown. I can also type in their names. If you notice, if I just click S right now, it just goes through all the S's. So let's say student one. Okay, the teacher, if I had a selection of teachers, it would pull those down. Right now, it pre-populates the first teacher that's there. And then reason, and again, these are alphabetical right now, so it's academic, behavioral, or complement. Let's say complement. And right here is the date. It pre-populates with today's date. However, if you need to backlog, you can do that. And you can mention called home, doing well on research project. You'll notice too that it didn't do it this time. It should give you a red squiggly line if it's misspelled. So I'm trying to demonstrate that for you. Okay, so I click submit. You're going to notice sweet success. Okay, and I can add another student if I want. You'll notice over here on the left hand side that oops, that's not good. Okay, so you'll notice over here on the left hand side that is registered also the information that I just logged in. Okay, so I close. All right, now to show you what this looks like in the tally, it shows that I have one complement, I have one total communication. It shows also the academic concerns right here. Okay, so I haven't listed any, that's fine, but I do have my complements. So and that's for student one. So this is a way, again, for me to be able to visually check and to see, well, how many times have I actually complimented the family or the student about their academic performance, not just personal one-on-one, but documenting maybe that conversation on here or a phone call home, or even sending an email. Okay, so reports. So let's say that I want to call up the reports. Now, if the student doesn't have any information, then this is going to be blank. But let's say that, well, wait a minute, I want to check on student one. How many times have I actually communicated, and what have I communicated? If I need to present this to guidance counselors, or if I want to bring this to a meeting, that way I have this as reference. So you know what? No, I called you on this date, or I emailed you on this date about these particular concerns. Maybe some of them were behavioral, maybe some of them were academic. But again, I can put those in my notations here with the description. This is running a query function. So the query is basically just saying, hey, I want to select this student. So long as this student matches, then I want this information. Who was the teacher and what was the description or the communication about? You're going to notice that the communication for contacts is here in case the parents are divorced or whatever the case may be, living in separate homes, or maybe they live with their grandparents like I did. This is an example of what you could pull up, that way you know who you're speaking with. Again, you can have this sheet open and make the contact. And in fact, you can click on this particular link, create log for the student, and it's going to pull up the student for this particular page. Now, if you change the page, it is not going to dynamically update over here on the side. Okay, so you need to make sure that you're aware of that. So right here, student one has the contact information. If I need to highlight it, that's fine, and then I can copy paste into an email if I want. Down here, I can put down the type of communication. Again, let's say this is a behavioral concern. Student was speaking disrespectfully to peers, other student highly agitated, parents, maybe I can say I spoke with the student and called dad. Dad is aware. Okay. So I click submit. It lets me. There we go. Sweet success. Done. So, and you're going to notice it pops up here. So that's basically all that this is about. And hopefully this is something